What are the best jobs for kids, for people under the age of 25, 18 to call it 24? How do you start? Where do you go? How much money can you make? Let's get into it. So you either just graduated high school, you're in high school, or possibly you're in the first part of college and you want to find a way to make some extra money on the side, or maybe you've just gone ahead and said, you know what, school's not for me, and you're focusing on your first job. What I'll tell you is you need to go into anything you do between the ages of 18 to 25 with a mindset that risk is your friend. As you get older, you have more and more responsibilities, whether that's a family and children, or mortgages, or maybe your own business enterprise with employees and people that depend on you. The time for risk is when you're younger, because as you get older, you don't have the ability to risk so much because all these things depend on your financial wherewithal. That being said, if there's something you're passionate about or you want to try, you want to be an actor, go act. You want to be a comedian, go be a comedian. Do the things that you think you want to explore and get to know better, because at the end of the day, that doesn't work out for you, you can go and jump into any other career you want. Your life is not over, it's just starting, and you never want to have the regret. That being said, there are some things I think you can do. If you're 18 years old, you can get a real estate license in almost every state in the country, if not every state in the country. So you can go get that baseline education. You can go learn about the key fundamental that keeps the wealthy growing to be more wealthy. You generally need a couple courses. You need real estate principles, real estate finance, real estate law, and you need some other basic stuff along the way. And then your state will give you a state license exam. And as you do that, you can get a real estate license and go work underneath a broker. It's a great career to have. Even if you do it on the side or never make any money off of it, you have that baseline education. But let's say it's not for you. Think about the internet, man. There's tons of businesses out there. There are a lot of people making money on YouTube. There's a lot of people making money out there on things like social media. You can be a social media manager. You can be a brand manager. But I say this with a massive asterisk. You have to understand, if you're going to dive into these things, it is saturated with people that are selling and reselling the same services. There's nothing sensational about being in these businesses. It's the same grind work that anybody else would do. And I know that people say, oh, you can do this, you can do that. Being a social media manager is difficult. You spend 4, 5, 6 hours at a time on social media, curating and managing someone else's posts. If you think you're just going to sublease all that content and work out and hire these subcontractors for you, it's not so easy. You wind up having to manage all these other contractors. So what's the best thing you can do for your future? It's the best thing that you can see yourself doing consistently, because the worst thing you can do when you're 18 to 25 is jump into something, jump out of it, jump into something else, jump out of it, jump into something, and think that you're acquiring a skill set, because skill sets come with time. You need to build wisdom, and wisdom comes from being in something for longer than just a couple of months. And if you don't like something and you're moving on, that's fine. But don't think because you tested being an actor for 6 months, you know something amazing about being an actor. You know a couple things. You jumped into social media, you know a couple things. That doesn't mean that you're an expert in anything that you're doing, but expertise comes with time. So don't sell yourself as an expert. Being humble when you're in this age range, this young 18 to 25 range, means a lot. Humility goes into playing how you take in information. If you believe that you know everything and you believe that you are the absolute best and you don't believe that you can grow, you're on the wrong side of the bell curve of learning, because you start off thinking you know everything. And the more you know about a topic, the less you actually can say you know everything, because you appreciate how much you don't know. Your education should be a consistent growth. So what's the best thing anybody in this age range can do? The things you're passionate about, that you'll stick with, that you want to learn and grow more with time. There is no one specific job. It's the things you chase, the things that you're passionate about. Okay? The D'Amelio sisters got super successful on TikTok because they were doing something that they loved. And I guarantee you talk to them, they never in a million years thought dancing in front of TikTok was going to make them millions of dollars. Okay? All these YouTubers that you see, the Jake and Logan Pauls, they did that because they wanted to be successful. They wanted to be famous. But more than anything, they ground out the work to film those videos and do it over and over and over again. And if you know anything about social media and the algorithms on YouTube, these people started off getting no views or little views. and it gradually went up over time. It might feel like an overnight success, but it wasn't. One of the biggest things that I see young people start off with today is that they feel like they're behind the 8 ball at 18, at 19, at 20, at 25. Anthony Shea started Loan Depot and now became a billionaire at the age of 44. It's never too late to start, and definitely starting in your early 20s and early teens at whatever it is you decide to do gives you the best possible start. And even if it doesn't work out for you, having no regrets or not looking back and regretting those circumstances sets you up for a better, more successful future. So take risks, follow things you're passionate about, and don't chase money to get there. Because chasing money doesn't wind up consistency over time. It winds up on you finding something else that somebody else is saying they're making money on and going to chase that. And you learn a lot about little tiny pieces of a big puzzle instead of a lot about one single thing. Learn to master a craft, learn a skill set, jump into what you love, and you will be successful. Short video this week. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate like, comment, subscribe. I know the video was ambiguous. Please feel free to hit me in the comments. Love to talk more. You want to run down something? Let's get into it.